So I'm really glad to start presenting my project, and the goal that I'm doing is manage a business organization, and the project is what is your function. So today I'm going to explain the following things about management. So I will define what is the management and what are the 5 major functions of management. And I will also explain more about what are the 3 management styles. So to start with, the definition of management is the management is the act of controlling the company's employees and resources when it comes to financially and also other activities surrounding the company. So that is according to the course element in 2018. So this also includes all tasks of the company or the institution is doing, regardless of all the activities of the organization involved. So specifically, having meetings with the staff, different departments, managing resources of the company, finding a solution for the company's product, and so on. So all these things are under the management. So as a manager, you need to cover all those things. So let us go to the next step, which is the explanation of what are the 5 major functions of management. So the 5 functions of management are planning, organizing, staffing, and leading and controlling. So now let us touch one in one. So the first one is planning. Planning is the process used to set guidelines, strategies which will lead the organization to achieve its objectives. This is according to the course element in 2018. So planning also involves, according to the course element in 2018, forecasting can be described as predicting what the future will look like, whereas planning predicts what the future should look like. So planning is also involved in thinking about the company's strategies to develop, such as planning resources of the company's need, the kind of employees the company need, and also what will the company achieve or do the next upcoming 10 years or 20 years, 5 years, depending on the goals of the company. So for example, each company conducts planning each and every year, and the company plans everything, including the money, which is the resources and human resources, how many staff the company needs, and also the activities to do, and also the strength and the weakness of the company, as well as the competition. So these are the things that the planner should think about when planning the company's work. So now the second thing that I wanted to discuss about when it comes to the 5 functions of organization is organizing. So organizing is the act of doing organization's work, employees and resources well contemplated. This is according to the course elementing. So organizing its a management also involves, according to the course element in 2018, management organizes by creating platform of relationship among workers, optimizing use of resources to accomplish its objectives. And organizing also makes sure the company's standard of doing things and should be more professional, because if the work of the company is disorganized, it will be difficult to many professionals to trust the company's professionalism and as well as the company's reputation. So therefore, a good manager is one who organizes everything in the organization in professional manner. For example, the company organizes everything in a good manner, such as putting together all the resources, all the training professionals of human resources, setting good policy, and as well as the material is needed the company to operate. So the other function of management is staffing. So as we know, staffing is one of the major and important sector, and the more you recruit good staff, the more the company produces good positive consequence. So staffing is the act of organizing employees, recruiting, training, awarding their performances. And this is Mighty Recruiter 2021. And according to the Mighty Recruiter 2021, staffing is a function of employees recruitment, screening, selection performed and within the organization or business to fill the job opening. So the manager is the one who's supposed to choose the good staff for its company in the way that the manager thinks professional, bypassing requirements of the staff, such as identifying good roles and responsibilities of job posting using the right platforms such as LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So according to the Mighty Recruiter 2021, other areas of employment in which may be handled by staffing department are orientation, training, retention, and also termination. For example, the company prepares good staffing who can help the company to achieve its desires by recruiting professional employees based on the needs of the company. So leading also is another major important key sector when it comes to management. So leading is the act of managing, directing, and guiding the employees and resources in order the company to achieve its desired goals in the future. This is course element in 2018. So according to the course element in 2018, managers lead their organizations and can vary their style and approach to achieve their desired outcome. So leading also involves having good relationship. Also, as a leader, your employees should be respected and provide different training depending on their weakness and strength. Leaders should always be using good communicational skills, such as good interpersonal communication, non-judgmental behavior, and good ethical conduct in order staff to be more productive in the workplace. So, for example, the manager leads everything under the company, such as human resources, raw materials, plans, staffing process, and also etc. So controlling also another major important thing when it comes to management, and it's the act of taking responsibility of all activities in the organization that the organization is doing and making sure that everything is happening in the right way. This is according to course element 2018. So according to the course element in 2018, managers lead their organization and can vary their style and approach to achieve their desired outcome. So controlling is more like leading or managing, as long as it involves making sure the safety of the human resources of the company or the institution is 100% safe. So the company or the institution might have any resources, including equipment, human resources, financial resources, should be spent on the right time. So these are the tasks of a manager and the right place. So for example, the manager controls everything and the consequence of whatever the company is doing. So, and it's there and it is his or her job to control everything and the positive and the negative side of the consequence of the company's product. So it's the manager controls everything under the company, including human resources, raw material, every work that is moving, such as construction, selling product, and so on. So now these are the three. What are the three management styles? Directing. The first one is directing. The second one is discussing. The third one is delegating. So directing is the act of ordering employees by telling them what to do. This is Training Mag 2018. So according to Training Mag 2018, the directing style promotes learning through listening and also following directions. And with this style, the manager tells the employees what to do and how to do and when to do. So when the boss or the human resource is directing the employees, it won't make any sense unless the employees know what to do and how to do and when it needs to be done. So when the boss or the human resource manager is directing the employees, it won't make any sense unless one will be based on the directions given by the boss. So this will limit the capacity of the employees by performing the limits in which the human resource or the boss is giving them. And I wouldn't encourage them because there might be some of the employees who could take a new initiative and cannot do because the direction of the boss. So for example, there was a time that I came across and I was working in a certain organization. So what we would do is that there were many people who had good idea but because of our boss, he was always telling us what to do. So he was telling us what to do, and we couldn't tell him the good ideas that we had. So, and there was a time that all the ideas that he was telling us would not work. And whenever we would tell him an idea, he could refuse. So there is a time that he realized that giving us a chance might even bring a solution. So he was stuck, and what he did was he called the staff, and the staff told them that the matter which existed, and all the staff contributed to the good ideas which helped the manager to overcome all those problems. So I wouldn't encouraging directing, which will not really bring a positive change. So now let us go to the discussing. Discussing is when a manager or the employees discuss everything which is going on in the organization, such as problems and solutions and way forward. So this is according to the Training Mark 2018. So according to the Training Mark 2018, the discussing style promotes learning through interactions. This style is practiced by secretary, and the manager encourages critical thinking, lively discussions by asking employees questions about the problems, opportunities, and issues that might be solved. So the discussions are very important in style of solving problems, because when people and employees or boss discuss a certain topic, this will help anyone or everyone in the discussion to think beyond and bring innovative and solutions. So by directing, someone might be alone bringing negative idea, but by discussing, everyone will generate novel ideas. So in this idea, there was a time that we had a discussion within a certain company whereby there was a need of discussion. So what I did was we were a group of people who were sitting and discussing ideas together, and this created a platform whereby everyone was free to share his or her ideas, and which would bring a noble idea that could change many things. So by discussing is very important when it comes to management styles. So by delegating, it's when the manager or CEO give a different task to employees, or even some tasky, but by dealing with differently. This is according to the Training Mark 2018. So according to the Training Mark 2018, using an appropriate management style helps employees learn and grow and become more independent. So delegating is also important, but it's not always recommended based on my understanding. And togetherness is the strength that individuals can have there for. So if you delegate employees, still more is like the directing, because you are telling them what to do and when to do and how to do. Perhaps telling when to do and what to do could be appropriate, but how to do seems inappropriate in the way that the boss, there might be other individuals who are more expert than you are. Therefore, the employees are new, and this might be option. When the employees is new, there might be an option of delegating. So delegating, it's not really that bad. And in this section, there was different time whereby I participated group discussions, and I believe I remember that the group leader who was delegating and provided us different views, and he was facilitating in the way that he could give us a clue on what we would discuss and what was not. So, and he was always telling us to not to go beyond the line. So I believe also delegating is that good, but when it comes to directing, that could not be good. So this is the end of my presentation, and I'm really glad that it will cover all the resources and according to the directions of this project.